Hi, Aries. Welcome to Heart Sync Tarot. As I sit with this energy, I feel someone reflecting on the choices they made and how they handled this connection. I feel regret here. This person may finally recognize your worth, your kindness, and the emotional safety you offered. Honestly, I feel they want to make things right. There may be communication, an apology, or an emotional offer coming forward, but this does not feel like empty words. It feels like someone asking, how can I show them I truly mean this? I also feel they are thinking about something more serious now: partnership, stability, and building something that lasts. So trust what you feel because regret is turning into clarity, and this person may be preparing to approach you with a more serious heart. And let's get into your reading. Okay, so there's a very strong sense of craving and passion coming through with this person. Um, they seem to be spending a lot of time thinking about you, imagining what they want to say, what they want to do, and where they'd actually like this connection to go. They're beginning to understand that the chemistry between you and this person goes much deeper than mental compatibility or physical attraction. This feels like a very soulful bond with a lot of depth behind it. And I feel like this person's finally trying to get out of their own way instead of continuing to project their fears or insecurities onto you. Like, they're becoming more willing to look beyond whatever's happening on the surface and actually understand what this connection's been showing them. They seem much more focused on the deeper reality of the situation now. Whether you're currently together or apart, there's something about the bond between you that feels very natural when you're both working toward the same thing. When you and this person are in sync, it can feel like other areas of life begin flowing more easily too, almost like things start falling into place around the connection. At the same time, being around you may sometimes shake things up in their life. Your energy seems to challenge them to grow. And when somebody begins changing certain people, habits, or situations that no longer fit, can naturally start falling away. Like, this person may have experienced periods where things became uncomfortable after getting closer to you because the connection was forcing them to look at parts of their life they could no longer ignore. In the past, they may have tried to blame some of that disruption on you or on the relationship itself. But now they're beginning to understand that you weren't necessarily creating the chaos. Your presence was simply bringing attention to what already needed to change. They're starting to see that this connection has pushed them toward transformation rather than destruction. And through that realization, they're beginning to understand how much harmony could actually exist between you and this person. There's a sense that the two of you are very similar in certain ways, even if your lives or personalities are different on the surface. Like, there's an intensity here because you seem to understand parts of each other that other people may not easily reach. For those of you who've shared intimacy with this person, I don't feel like that intimacy is only physical. There may be emotional, spiritual, or even very quiet moments between you that felt different from anything either of you had experienced before. um, that's part of why the connection feels so magnetic to them and why they keep being reminded of you throughout the day. They may be looking at your pictures, thinking about your touch, remembering your scent, or simply craving the comfort of having you close. And I don't feel like all of that desires coming from a place of wanting something temporary. Like, there's this feeling that they want to hold you, be near you, and experience the connection without constantly feeling like they have to hide or restrict what they feel. That brings up a strong theme of freedom. Not freedom in the sense of running away from commitment, but freedom to love the person they actually want to love without constantly worrying about outside expectations. Seem tired of feeling like there are rules, restrictions, or circumstances telling them what this connection's allowed to be. They want to repair whatever needs to be repaired so they can approach the relationship more openly. There may be differences between you, such as an age gap, cultural differences, religion, background, or even being in a same sex connection. Um, Whatever those differences are, this person seems less willing to allow them to automatically decide the future of the relationship. There are definitely a lot of moving parts around this connection, and I feel like this person's finally recognizing that. But the biggest realization is that being with you actually seems to make them feel more like themselves rather than less. Like the connection pushes them out of stagnation and challenges them to make changes they probably would have continued avoiding on their own. And I feel like that's why the pull toward you remains so strong. They're beginning to see that loving you doesn't have to mean losing themselves. It may actually be part of what helps them reconnect with who they really are. They want the opportunity to make things right, move beyond the restrictions around the connection, and finally allow themselves to love you much more freely. And I feel like it's because you've sparked this person's curiosity. It's like this person's gone down this rabbit hole. Your person's also freeing themselves from karmic energy, freeing themselves from toxic mindsets. You've really caused this person a spiritual awakening. And they believe that it's time. It's time to heed the call. Why am I holding myself back? Why am I scared to come towards the collective? When the person has this sense of inner knowing that deep down inside, the two of you guys are meant to be with one another. But like anything, when you spark this sense of curiosity and you tell this person time's an illusion, everything's not linear. Things are multidimensional. It's going to blow this person's mind a little bit. And I feel like with this person, sparked a sense of curiosity where they want to go down that rabbit hole. They want to have this sense of spiritual enlightenment. They want to know what you know. This person's very curious. And I just keep getting that they're very intrigued by you. There's something here about this person being intrigued. Now, as they're being intrigued with you, I also feel like there's tension or issues elsewhere because as people begin to elevate, again, the crows, the crows are going to try to hold them back. I think that you're at an elevation right now where you're flying so close to the sun. You're flying with a sense of freedom that you already see everything. I feel like your person, the higher they elevate, the more that they're going to realize who's meant to be in their life and who isn't. Who's another eagle that can soar with them, and who's a crow that needs to fall behind. I don't know why that's coming in, but it is. Main lady, they've chosen no interference, focused on one person. So, regardless if you're a man or a woman, whoever you're dealing with, if they were dealing with multiple people, if this person was dating somebody, if there was a karmic, whatever it may be, your person's is making some type of decision to free themselves from that energy so that they can come forward and make you this offer. They're tired of there being interference. They're having a hard time because even if they do have a third party, or if there's something that's holding them back, whether that's maybe you and them work together, or whatever it may be. Or if it's an ex that's just kind of lingering, this person's tired of allowing other people to stop them. This person and whoever you guys are dealing with, or whoever you're watching in your mind, watching this for, this person's very focused on you because they understand that your energy, they can't get anywhere else. If you and this person aren't speaking, they're looking at your pictures constantly and they're being reminded of you. And it's making them fantasize and it's making them fixate. But there's something coming in here, I feel like, especially for this week, where there's this conclusion or there's this outcome where your person's is going to be making things very, very clear here. And I feel that you're going to be very relieved here because this person's ending certain things so that they can have this freedom with you, so that they can move freely and be with who they want to be with. Because right now your person's really upset, they're depressed. When you take away the sunshine, it's hard, right? When you keep getting hit after time, after time, after time, especially if this person isn't elevating the way that they're meant to elevate. They've been avoiding this sense of elevation. God's putting this person through trials and tribulations until they're ready to change. For some of you, you guys are dealing with somebody that's very stubborn. So they're going to keep running into the same wall until eventually they're like, okay, I'm just going to open the door to the left. But your person's upset. They're depressed that things have worked out in the manner that they have. But you want to know what's weird? I don't even feel like this depression's necessarily your person's energy. I feel like this depression energy is the people around them that are upset that your person's moving the way that they're moving. People are angry that they no longer have certain control over your person, and they're playing this victim role because I feel like your person's is choosing you, has chosen you, or will be choosing you for this week. Like there's this sense of clarity that's coming forward where this person's very, very much self-aware. They can see clearly now because they're having like they're facing these issues. They're understanding your process. They're understanding the way that you did things. They're understanding how their toxic behaviors played major roles into your life. There's some unexplainable or unexpected encounter that you or your person's getting ready to have, and that's going to change the course of their life. And this is really about allowing this person or helping this person keep an open mind because now your person's having this divine vision with why haven't they been happy? Why have they been stressed? Why have they been depressed? Because they're around people that aren't good for them. They're around people that, you know, focus on their insecurities, that don't want them to improve, that have that self improvement. But now your person's beginning, especially with this freedom energy, to have a sense of self appreciation, self love. I feel like they didn't have before. And this is just about bad timing. See, I think the two of you guys are meant to be with one another, but I just think timing's a factor. I always say this, two people can love each other dearly. Two people can have, you know, a very deep sense of what they want or whatever it may be. But if the timing's wrong, if the timing's off, if the timing isn't right, patience is needed. I know every time we have that patience come up, people get mad, but I understand because time's of the essence. See, you've already elevated, so you understand the significance. You're like, dude, let's roll. Chick, let's roll, whatever it may be. But see, your person doesn't understand that yet because they're not at your frequency, they're not at your elevation. And for you, you're like, hey, I'm floating. I'm up here. It's awesome. Come on. What are you waiting for? Take this leap of faith. Ascend with me. Have this success. Have this higher perspective. Let's obtain these goals together. Enjoy your independence. Let go and be free. You're tired of being depressed, then get up and do something that makes you happy. You don't want certain things to stag, to have a sense of stagnation. Then do something different. This person loves you a lot. I just think that your person's caught up very much in 3D expectations. 3D expectations is what makes us depressed because we're comparing ourselves. What are we doing? We're comparing ourselves against people that either have more than us, that look happier than us. But everybody knows social media is not real. But we're in a world right now where there's more emphasis on social media looking happy than actually physically being happy. So your person's beginning to realize this, that they've wasted a lot of time in this depressed energy. They've wasted a lot of time with people that are dark people, people that don't have the best intentions for them. And I feel like with this energy, they're in a place where they're really working. They're working on their power, they're working on their strength. They're very disciplined right now to kind of push forward because you've had this major influence on them. And for a lot of you guys, you really were this person's first real love. No one compares to you. They've experienced new levels of love being with you that they've never experienced with anyone else. And one of the things I feel that's very significant about you and this person is that you've inspired this person to want to do better. You've inspired this person to be better. You've helped this person resolve a lot of their insecurities, a lot of their depression. You created this major healing aspect for this person. You said to them, you have to reevaluate your needs. If you're not happy with what you're doing, you have to do things differently. You have to show yourself a sense of self love. You have to move forward. You can't give up now. If these people over here aren't making you happy, then you have to split. You have to make a decision. And this person's realizing that you've mastered the art of freedom, that you're somebody that you work smarter. You don't work harder. You're very focused. You have a sense of structure, a sense of training that I feel like this person's very curious about because you overcome a lot of issues. There's something about your presence where it's very commanding. You command a sense of a present or you command a sense of attention no matter if you try to or not. You inspire this person and this person knows you're very inspiring to others. Your person's been through a lot. What's crazy though is a lot of you guys have been through a lot. A lot of you guys have been through trials and tribulations, a lot of turmoil where you didn't have anybody else to deal with. That's why you understand the way that this person moves. That's why you're very patient with this person. That's why you know that with this person, love comes in steps and you have to be very patient because your person's scared. They tend to run away from things that make them feel too good because when things are too good, something bad always happens. If you guys ever experience that where life's great and then all of a sudden, like the moment you're like, wow, life's great, like you get knocked back down. It makes you scared to be happy. It makes you scared to feel that sense of joy. If after every moment you have that sense of joy, something negative happens. That's why this person runs. They're scared, they're afraid, they overthink, they freak out, and it creates a lot of pressure for this person because they're worried if they're going to be able to live up to your expectations. This is somebody that may have a lot of burdens or a lot of responsibilities. Whoever your person is right now, they're going through a lot, I feel like. But because of you, they're beginning to see what's important. Because of you, they're beginning to understand what needs to be done, what healing needs to take place after this sense of heartbreak. It's interesting how Wish Come True falls directly underneath Main Lady, because I think like your person wished for somebody like you. They wanted somebody like you, and then God gives them someone like you, and now they don't know what to do with it. They're surprised that their prayers have been answered. That's what I think, very, very significantly. But with this person, they're going to have to figure it out. They're being challenged right now to accept this gift. For some of them, they may be moving, or there may be a location change. You make this person feel at home. And I feel like with your person, they know that they have to take this major risk. They know that there's something here that they need to do in order to make this work between you and them, whether it's a chance, whatever it may be. Your person's also waiting for the right time to lay all their cards out on the table. They're planning something here, and they're ready to take this leap of faith because they love you. It's like everybody around them can tell that they love you. Everybody around them can tell when they see you, or when they talk to you, or when they talk to you, or whatever it may be. If they're not talking to you, people are looking at them as somebody that's very depressed and stressed. But there's something here your person has to risk. There may be some type of financial setbacks if they move forward with you, or this is some type of um, breakup of like a family or a community. But it's like this person's trying to make a decision with what's the best time to take this leap of faith towards you, because you're this person's rock. I think that you loved and supported them, and you continued to love them even when they showed you the opposite. I think you showed this person unconditional love when you didn't have to. It was almost like the worse that this person treated you, the more you double down in your in your love. Not because you felt like this person's manipulating me. It was because you knew it had nothing to do with you. The way that they were treating you had nothing to do with you. It had more to do with themselves, and them being scared, and them being, in this sense of hurting or this sense of heartbreak. I feel like your person's been watching you for a period of time too. They're watching your social media. They're obsessing. Whoever your person is, they're intimidated by, the way that you look physically. Even if some of you guys are like, I don't know what they're crazy about. I'm regular. But to them, they're not, you're not. You're somebody very special. And it's your energy. Anybody can be built to look a certain way with cosmetic surgery, but you can't replicate energy. Energy is something that is the one thing you cannot fake. And I think that with you, your beauty, your attractiveness, your handsomeness, whatever it may be, it exudes from the inside out. Makes you attractive. This person's viewing you as this glittery, shiny rock that stands out from all the other rocks, because you've provided this person a very stable foundation full of security. You've loved and supported them, and you stand out. This person's realizing that you're this major diamond in the rough, that there's something very unique about you, about the way that you carry yourself, about the way that you speak. Even if you and this person aren't in communication right now, this person's remembering your energy. They're ready for this new cycle, a new beginning. They're ready to end the depression. They're tired of waiting. They want to be free. They want to free themselves from anything that's holding them back, and they want to make this a fresh start. It's like this person's going from this depressed energy where it's, woe is me, everything's wrong, everything happens to me, whatever it may be. I'm just going to avoid the situation. I'm going to be by myself. I'm going to be independent. I don't need any money. Anybody feelings are overrated. I can't rely on anybody to accepting the light, accepting that they are the light and that their light's not much different than your light. You've just accepted it. There's a place of acceptance here with this person. And this person's doing a lot of cleanup right now behind the scenes. There are things that this person has to do to change. There are things that this person has to do to make healthy choices, whether that's eating better, whether that's cutting out any type of, bad behavior, toxic people, karmics, drinking, whatever it may be. Your person's is, you've inspired this person into this new cycle to change, that the depression and that the lack that they were feeling was causing them into certain situations and circumstances that weren't for their higher good. This person's beginning to realize they don't need those things to be happy. All they need is you. Your person's definitely in a place where they're strategizing right now. They're planning their big move because they don't they want to they they don't want to leave anything to chance here, because I do feel like with this person, they have a lot of regrets for these mixed feelings. They have a lot of regrets for the way that they've done things, for their indecisive energy, for their conflicting feelings, for putting you in competition with people that don't even deserve to be in the same room as you. This person's ready to drop this mask and accept this abundance because I feel like you've changed them forever. Why? Because no one compares to you. You've changed them. They're transforming into this butterfly. So now they can fly with you. Now they can accept the light. These are changes that this person's making that are lasting forever. It's a love that's being transformed. And it's because this person's realizing with you, again, there's something coming in here with you that they've never had before, that they've never experienced before. It's a really beautiful type of energy. What's change? What's creating this major change in this person? What do we need to know here? The Ten of Swords. Sometimes people need to lose everything in order for them to understand what is important and what isn't. This person may have betrayed you, and by betraying you, they've betrayed themselves, and they're tired of having this internal suffering. They're tired of all these painful endings. They're tired of numbing their life out with things that don't serve them, that don't align with their higher purpose, that don't align with who they're meant to be. They're tired of going through these dark times by themselves. This dark night of the soul, they're tired of this. See, the Ten of Swords is almost like a slow, painful burn, because this person knows that they've put themselves in the Ten of Swords by them not taking any action, by them sitting there up at night thinking, fixating, but not doing anything. That's why this person's in an energy where they're planning, where they're strategizing, because I feel like they're depressed and stressed without you. When you find somebody that really does love you, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member, whether it's your person, but when you find that person that really wants your best, there's not a lot of people like that. Even in your own family, people are good as long as you're doing like less better than them. As long as you're not superseding them or whatever it is, as long as you're not doing better than them, they're going to be on the sideline cheering. But when somebody's doing well, a lot of people are going to have a hard time cheering for you. So with this person, I feel like you've cheered for them through good, bad, or indifferent. You've remained consistent. This person's so tired of living a lie. See that Five of Cups, Mars and Scorpio? This is this person realizing, I need to get my person back. Tired of being depressed. I'm tired of crying myself to sleep. I'm tired of feeling alone. I'm tired of being upset at myself for not accepting what was in forth in front of me. Right. The Four of Cups kept offering them a cup, but they didn't want to acknowledge it. They were too busy in their own head thinking that, whatever was going on with them, it wasn't the right time. This person's over that because they're ready for this new cycle. They're ready for this fresh start. They're ready for this new beginning. They're tired of all the regrets. They're tired of the separation. Wherever they are right now, they don't fit in. Their energy is not that energy anymore. The breakup. If you and this person broke up, or if there was something that happened here, it's weighing very, very heavy on this person. And I feel like there's a lot that this person wants to communicate to you. For some of you guys, this person may have some kind of emotional imbalance, or there may be something going on internally where their mood seems to shift very quickly. It's almost like Bruce Banner and the Hulk. Like, this person can be very hot and then they're extremely cold, but I don't think that it's the reason that you think it is. I think that this person has a really hard time processing their thoughts. But now they're in this energy where it's like they can't take it anymore. They don't care if the timing's right. They have something that they need to say to you. There's something that needs to be vocalized here. There is this rapid action that's coming forward where this person, it may be coming out of nowhere because they feel like you and them are meant to be. See, I think in this darkness, this hermit and this Three of Swords energy, this dark energy coming in for them, they have a choice. They can sit in this Three of Swords and reap this karma of their poor choices, of putting you in competition, of not making a decision. If you and this person weren't, if there wasn't another third party here, your person couldn't make a decision with whether or not they wanted to be in a relationship, or they didn't, what was best for them. But there's a lot of sadness here because this person's realizing again that they betrayed you, and them being alone, they're not okay with it. They're in very deep thought here about what needs to change. Six of Cups, Judgment, Eight of Pentacles. Want to know why? Because this person has intentions right now to come forward and have this conversation with you. So there's a lot of energy here with this person. Ten of Swords, Knight of Swords, especially this Judgment energy. Judgment's been coming up quite a bit. Saturn energy, a lot of Saturn energy. But with this person, there's a lot that they want to say to you. There's a lot that they want to express to you because they're having this judgment moment. They're having this aha moment, but their thoughts aren't collected. Their thoughts are all over the place. Your person wants to reach out to you and tell you, hey, I've been working on myself. Hey, I've been doing the self work. I love this Eight of Pentacles, but the beautiful thing about this Eight of Pentacles is it's not about that. It's about the self work. This person wants to tell you how you've inspired them to change, what they're working on, the fact that they're talking to other people in order to have this higher perspective because they want this reunion with you. They want this reconciliation with you, right? Like, think about this. They want this new cycle with you, a reunion. I don't know what you did to this person, but they're coming back for you. It's funny. Some of them may say, like, oh, what did you do? Put a spell on me. And it's funny because for those of you guys that don't manipulate energy, because I don't agree with that, I'm going to be honest. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with manipulating energy. If that person's yours, then they will be yours. If they're truly your divine counterpart, you don't need to do anything. You just need to live in your light. You need to be yourself. But with this person, it's like they're shocked at how much they love you. I don't think that they realize how much, like, they truly love you. And I think that it scares them. But you've inspired them to do better. You've inspired them to push themselves, to be very focused, to be dedicated. They want a second chance of love. You and this person may have met each other when you guys were kids a long time ago. High school, you guys may have known each other for a long time. And this is something this person's been holding back. This is something this person's been holding back from you. It's like they purposely kept their distance the stronger they felt about you. It's like they pushed themselves away because you made them feel things they weren't ready to feel. But with judgment here, there's other help. There's angelic help. God's assisting in this divine connection because your person's realizing, I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of being this wounded warrior. I need to work. I need to get up. I need to change my energy. I need to transmute it. Whoever you're dealing with, they're they're no longer going to be giving to other people because this person realizes how much they love you. They're getting ready to message you also. It may be something chaotic that they say where you're like, what the heck? But it's because this person has a lot of, like, it's coming in as this very rushed, almost frantic energy where it's, I need to say what I have to say. That's Gemini energy. I'm going to say what I have to say. They may not necessarily wait for the perfect moment because once they decide they're ready, everything they've been holding back starts coming out at once. Even though somebody's like, now's not the right time. We are in Costco right now and the line is packed. So maybe we should wait till we get in the car. This person's like, nope, everybody in Costco is going to hear what I have to say about you because I love you. I don't care what other people say. That's how strong this urge to communicate feels. They've held back for so long that when they finally open up, they may not care whether the timing's perfect. I'm strong in my conviction. I'm strong in my love. I know the way that I want to love you. I know what my path is. Everything's going to fall into place. Your person's breaking down these walls, these barriers that were created in order for a sense of control. Your person having one toe in and one toe out with this temperance energy, it's breaking down because they're realizing they can't continue to halfway participate in something they feel this strongly about because they want this partnership with you. Your person wants to marry you and they want the world to know. You're going to be really, really surprised here with whatever they vocalize or with whatever they communicate because this doesn't feel like the same person who was trying to hide everything before. There's something much more open about their energy now. How does this person um how does this person feel about the current connection between them and the collective? I have something to say. Yeah, right? This person wants to talk. This person's scratching their head. They're like, "Hey, yeah, I know I haven't talked to you for a couple of months, or I know that it's been a long time, but um can I come over? Can we talk? Can we have a conversation?" There's a nervousness around it, but there's also this feeling that they can't keep avoiding the conversation. Your person has a lot that they want to say to you. And Once you think that they're done saying whatever they need to say, they're going to tag in that other twin, and then the other twin's going to say something. Your person has a lot of built up words that they want to express to you. It's like one confession opens the door to another thing they needed to say, and then another thing comes behind that. Even if you and your person are in communication, there are things that they've not told you, good, bad, and indifferent, that they need to express to you. And I feel like they know the times now. There's only so long they can keep carrying everything internally before it starts creating even more distance between the two of you. How do they view themselves in the relationship? How do they view their energy in the current connection with the collective? 10 of Pentacles. All of a sudden, this person knows or wants a sense of partnership. You may be dealing with somebody who wasn't in a place where they really wanted true partnership, or they wanted to control the narrative, but now they're seeing the value of building something that actually has stability and longevity. See, with these types of relationships, these divine relationships, they're not in control, and neither are you. God's the universe is. You're being guided because you guys have a mission together as one. This person's ready to work as a team. I feel like for some reason, with your person's energy, it was very much them against the world. Like they believed they had to do everything alone or protect themselves from depending on anybody. And you're over there like, hey, I'm here with you. I'm here to assist you. I love you. But now it's like this person's beginning to accept this. Your person views you and them in a relationship. This situation between the two of you guys, it's meant to be grounded in the 3D. They don't just want to feel connected to you emotionally or spiritually. They want something tangible that actually exists between the two of you. For a lot of you guys, you may feel like you're already connected in the spiritual realm and you're meant to come into union and physically create something together in this lifetime. How does this person view the collective's energy right now? Woo! Justice. There's been some type of illumination and some type of clarity over your position in their life. And the fact that you're coming in with justice, so balanced, so beautiful, tells me they've made some type of decision about how they see you and what they believe is fair. What's blocking this person? Their self-worth's holding them back. Their low confidence, their anxiety about coming forward, their hesitation. This person may know exactly what they want and still question whether they're capable of giving you what you deserve. So some of this delay isn't about confusion around you anymore. It's about whether they feel ready to stand in front of you and own everything that's happened. What's this person thinking about? The Wheel of Fortune. Wow. When I tell you things are changing quickly, you have Gemini, things are changing quickly. You have Gemini and Sagittarius energy. They're sister signs. There's a lot changing. Whatever they're going to vocalize, not only does whatever they're expressing verbally matter, it kicks into this major action. There's some major change coming here because once this conversation happens, I don't feel like things can go back to the way they were before. I love this Jupiter energy. What's this person's next actions towards the collective? Communication. There's a lot of communication coming in here, and it's positive communication, which is beautiful. This person may also want to share some type of exciting news or personal development with you because they want you to know that something in their life has changed. Whether they saw a therapist, whether they went to an AA meeting and an NA meeting. Maybe this person sold something, maybe this person quit their job, whatever it may be. There could be something they're proud of that they want to tell you about. It's something that represents progress for them, something that makes them feel like they're finally doing what they needed to do. Then they may connect some of that progress back to your influence, your guidance, or something you said that stayed with them. What does this person want romantically with the collective? Strength. They want you to help them tame the ego. They see your energy as something that doesn't need to overpower them in order to affect them. There's something about your patience, your boundaries, and the way you've carried yourself that makes this person want to rise into a better version of themselves instead of continuing to fight everything. And what's the collective's advice here moving forward romantically with this person? Oh, the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Guess what? Um, Death and the Ten of Swords. This person's ending this Ten of Swords energy because they've been working on whatever they've had hidden for a period of time. The Ace of Cups is telling you to stay open to genuine emotion, but also allow the old cycle to actually end instead of carrying its pain into whatever comes next. So, the biggest thing here is that this person has a lot they need to say. And once they finally begin communicating, it may open the door to much bigger changes. The Ten of Pentacles shows that they're thinking about real partnership. Justice shows how they view your energy and the truth of the situation. The Wheel of Fortune shows the shift that's already happening, and Strength shows that they're learning to handle their ego differently. With the Ace of Cups, Death, and the Ten of Swords, this feels like an old painful cycle closing, so something emotionally different can finally begin. Okay, guys, that's what I'm seeing. I hope you enjoyed this reading and that you were able to take something helpful from it. Maybe it gave you confirmation, maybe it gave you a different perspective, or maybe one message just stood out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next reading.